for me, it was through drug addiction and not achieving everything I wanted to. And then finally getting sober and saying, I wasted 21 years of my life. I'm not ever wasting another second. And I'm going to go out and do everything I have to get what I want. And so I think it probably comes from suffering to where that mindset gets instilled in somebody. On the other hand, to get recovered and to stay recovered, it does require a ton of action. So whatever you're trying to achieve definitely requires a lot of action. You're not just going to wake up one morning and say, I don't want to do drugs or alcohol anymore, and therefore, it's just going to come into your life. I don't wake up every day and think about like, man, if I can just get through the day and stay sober, it's not a struggle. The spiritual way of life that I took on 5 years ago have relieved the struggle. However, daily I maintain that spiritual connection through the prayer and meditation, through being selfless, through not acting dishonestly, through working through fears, helping other people. And so it's not a struggle to stay sober. I do take action on a daily basis to maintain that spiritual connection. I didn't go the traditional route that I think most people do. I don't have a college education or the traditional education like most people do. I really don't even know if I have a high school education. I've always been interested in owning real estate. So I made that decision. I was like, I'm never going back to work for somebody again, and I'm gonna go figure it out. And if I don't do it now, then I'll never do it. And so that was, what started this new journey. And I love real estate. Everything we do on a daily basis is stuff I do for fun. Like, it's not work. And so now I get to get paid to do it. It's just fun, and I will do real estate for the rest of my life. I've been dreaming about this my entire life. 5 years ago, I was waving a sign. I was making $8.25 an hour, and I was listening to, J. Cole's The Warm Up Mixtape, just knowing that this is what I had to do right here and right now. However, as soon as an opportunity presented itself, I was going to seize it and not look back and run with it, right? And so I think a lot of people probably, view it that same way, but a lot of people may never, maybe you don't recognize it, maybe you don't go out and create that opportunity, or maybe that opportunity is never presented to them. I think that a lot of successful people did have a lot of luck, scattered out in between all the hard work and the commitment and the long nights and whatever it was. It's not about the property. It's not about the annual income. And so it's not about money. It's not about security. It's not about comfortability. It's about do more. Continue to build. And that's what's different. I just think that maybe it's the wrong approach to go after the dollar signs, but more, like you're saying, go after the person, the knowledge, and the value that someone can bring regardless of how much money is in the bank account. So find your value, create your value that'll differentiate you. 10 years from now, cash flow will be substantially greater than it is now. Mm-hmm. And that will be, a sense of security. And that's why I do like real estate as an investment, is being able to capture, multiple ways to make money on it. And I think that security is good for a lot of people. I truly believe it. It is so easy to go out in this world and make money for yourself. I just think it's a lack of education that keeps people from taking advantage of these opportunities. And there are infinite ways to go out into this world and make yourself money. Even if you fail, it's a good thing. Even if you lost all of your money, even if you got set back a little bit or however much, that's okay. It's kind of part of it. And I promise you won't make that mistake again. You'll get that much better. You just got to do it. With anything you want to do, just do it. Just walk through the fear and go do it. But don't let your fear hold you back from doing things that you want to do. I've learned a lot over the years going through this investment journey. When I first started, I had a goal of something like, it'd be really cool to buy one house a year. And I've always enjoyed working for myself, never enjoyed having a job, always enjoyed investing. I always knew how to take my money, put it into something, and have that something be sold for something, greater than what I paid for it. Real estate is the best investment that I've ever invested in. I'm 29 years old, started investing in real estate when I was 23, and Matt and I started buying houses. I really want to encourage people to think bigger. If anybody came up to me today and said, hey, I want to do what you're doing, or I want to own real estate like you own real estate. The goals of what we want to do with real estate investments, where we want to go, I personally feel like we haven't accomplished anything. I would encourage them not to do what I did. And majority of what I did was just by thinking too small, thinking that because we only had 25 grand or 50 grand or 10 grand or whatever, that we can only buy this. Or because, we didn't have a big net worth at the time and, a big portfolio and a lot of assets, we couldn't go buy the 45-unit apartment complex. But I would encourage everybody to think bigger if you haven't really accomplished what you want to yet, because we're starting to think bigger. Find an opportunity, bring it to us, and get ownership by doing this deal with us, right? We have the investors, we have the capital, we have deal flow. You don't have to start with the stuff that is gonna, drain your emotional energy, drain your checkbook. Like, go to the deals that will pay you. Go to the deals that will pay you and your investors. Go to the things that you want to invest in. You don't have to, start at the small stuff. But again, it all goes back to your goals, right? Like, I'm not sitting here saying that don't buy a single family house, it's not a good investment, don't buy these rental properties. It depends on your goals. I want to own $100 billion worth of real estate. I'm not going to get there by buying these single family houses. We have to continue to scale and go up. And I'm also not going to get there by owning all this real estate by myself, which I don't anyways. We're going to need to have good partners and raise capital from people and do good deals with good people and pay those investors good returns. You need to get serious. You need to get 1,000% committed to it. If you have the same goal that I do, like I mentioned, we haven't even crossed the starting line of where we want to be. It starts with being serious and getting committed. Real estate is a team sport. We've got a lot of real estate to buy, and we need more partners. 6-7 years ago, I didn't own any of these assets. Those assets made me my first $1 million. Those assets provided millions of dollars worth of net worth. Those assets have brought me to where I'm at today, passively investing with us helping you out with your deal. And we're here to help. We're here to help you out, and we want to see you be successful.